Oh, this was supposed to be a smart cross-examination. You know, the kind where the state corners the witness, controls the narrative, and walks out looking brilliant. Yeah, about that. Because what actually happened here? Baloy walked in confident and walked straight into a live demolition. The real question is, at what exact moment did he lose control? So let's unpack this carefully. Baloy comes in with what he probably thinks is a masterstroke. Cell phone records. Ah yes, the classic. If you were assaulted, why didn't you call your family? Simple, clean, strategic. Or at least that's the theory, because Ntanzi listens and calmly says, I didn't have a phone, police took it. Oh, so now, what happens to the entire cell phone theory? Does it survive, or did it just quietly collapse in front of everyone? And Ntanzi doesn't stop there. No, he goes further. He adds something Baloy clearly didn't prepare for. If I had a phone, would I be sitting in prison without toiletries? My family would have come. Now let's pause. Is that not real-world logic completely destroying courtroom strategy? Because suddenly this isn't about records anymore. It's about reality versus assumption. And Baloy, instead of adjusting, he does something very interesting. He tries to control the witness. Just answer the question. Don't refer to other people. Oh, now we want discipline? Because Ntanzi turns around instantly and says, that's what I learned from you. You're asking me about accused 345. Wait, what? Isn't that exactly what Baloy was just doing? So who's really avoiding the issue here? And this is where things go from uncomfortable to dangerous. Because Ntanzi doesn't just defend himself, he takes control. He literally redirects the cross-examination. Place me at the crime scene. Up to so far, there's nothing, absolutely nothing. At this point, you have to ask, who is questioning who now? Is this still cross-examination, or has it flipped completely? And then, the moment. No hesitation, no soft tone. An ultimatum in court. Never ask me about accused 3, 4, and 5. I don't know them. Ask me about Gwabini, he's my friend. Silence, then adjournment. Because now the situation is clear. This is no longer a witness being pressured. This is a witness saying, stay in your lane. The real question is, when a witness starts setting boundaries for the state, what does that say about the strength of the cross-examination?
Mr. Ntanzi, do you agree that the allegations of assault that you say were carried out on you to sign the confessions you made those allegations in the trial, within the trial, and are being repeated now, but there's nothing new in your evidence in chief now? You're just merely repeating what you said in the trial, within the trial. There's nothing new. Do you agree?
Mnumzane Ntanzi, lokhu ke owakusho ke malana ke nokushaya kwakho nokuthi ke wenzwana ukuthi uzokufikelele lapho ke wena uye wasayinda ke ama confession lokuthi ke umshishisi ke uyavumela makathi ke uma sibheka konke okwenzekile ke akukho eceleni lakho kusha ukuletha enkantolo usaphinda lento lezi ke wazikhuluma ke ngaphambili ngalenkathi kwenza ke i-trial ke ngaphakathi kwelenye i-trial akukho kusho silethela kona usaphinda le yankulumo le owayikhuluma ke ngale yankathi.
Yes, ngoba vela ikho engayenza mina nosenza ngembulalanga.
Yes, because there's nothing that I did and I did not unlife Senzo.
Kwayena phambi kwalenkantolo ayikho into ayitshene khona ukuthi Ntanzi nabo nali iphepha ubulala usenzo ngelanga so ayikho.
Even yourself now before the court, there is nothing, no document that you have given the court to show that Ntanzi, here's the proof you killed Senzo.
Ufunda ama record am ephone kwangena iDNA kwangena izinto eziningi kodwa ayikho into engihambisa nendaba yokubulala.
You read my phone records before the court. The DNA analysis was also brought before the court. There's nothing in all that you have brought before the court that shows that I have killed Senzo.
Utsheni court uthi mina ngibulela usenzo nabo ashuza futhi njalo ashuza siyaxhumana ayikho into ngibonisa wona phambi kwecourt.
You told the court that I and the co-accused who are also before the court that we killed Senzo, but there is nothing to show or to prove your statement.
So are you done?
Ngiqedile ngiphendula le nto ongitshena.
Yes, I'm done. I was just responding to what you just put to me.
But the point of the matter, Mr. Ntanzi, is that the cell phone records indicate contact with family and friends, and that if there were any assaults, they would have been reported to those friends and family members.
If there were any
Assaults,
okay.
as you allege.
Mnumzane Ntanzi uthi ke umshutshisa kubekela afuna ukubhekela ukuthi ke ama cell phone records akho ayakhomba ukuthi ke bekhona ke uxhumana ke kusuka ke amanombolweni omndeni futhi nabangani eza ke enombolweni yakho ke uma ngabe vele ngempela wena ke uye washaya ke labantu laba bomndeni nabangani kube basikuba ubazisile ngokushaya kwakho.
Ngibazisile ifoni yami kuphi? Ngoba mina ngangena phone ifoni ngehlwana ngo June 16.
Letting them know how, because I did not have a phone. The last time that I had a phone was on the 16th of June.
Ngiphinde ngikhulume lapha ecourt ke ngivula amehlo kancane phambi kwecourt. Alikho iphoyisa ngathi lizokubophela kuyeke nefoni. Okuqale lokho ngqa into ohamba le.
And again, let me just bring some light to you. Firstly, there is no police officer that will arrest you and still leave you with your phone.
Nangumncu. Umncuba umbophanga, uboshe ngamanye amaphoyisa amthathele ifoni.
Here is Mncube. You did not arrest Mncube. He was arrested by another set of police officers. They also took his phone.
Nangu Sibiya, uboshwe nguwe namaphoyisa ogenende, nimthathele ifoni.
Here is Sibiya, who was arrested by you and Gelindas. You took his phone.
Njengamanje mina ngikuphi ngise police station ngelanga lokuqala ifoni yami seFosforus. Ihambe nobani kweFosforus nangisele emasele.
In my situation, I was at the police station, but my phone was in Phosphorus. Who took it to Phosphorus?
Okugcina nci mina ngangeke ngisokole ngempahla zokugeza into zokugeza nangempahla zokugqoka uma uthi ngangixhumana nowami umndeni omzala abasebenza khona lapha ePitoli bahlala kule ndawo kuthiwa kusethembise engayazi ngangeke ngisokole.
And lastly, I would not have had any issues with getting my toiletry and clothes if I was in contact with my family members. I have my cousins who stay around in Pretoria, in Tembisa, in a place that is unknown to me. There was no way that I would struggle or not have the toiletries and
ngisho
clothes.
ubhuti ushoes lo wangithatha ekhaya wangifaka emsebenzini eRustenburg. Ngiyazi ukuthi wayezofika ke ngemoto angilethele impahla ukube mina ngangiphethe ifoni.
Even Brother Shoes, the one that got me a job, he would have come with his car to bring me clothes and also toiletries.
Yes. Can we, just before Mr. Ntanzi, just remind you that when you comment on the evidence. You don't comment personally to anyone. You comment on the evidence that is before court.
Mnumzane Ntanzi, ngithanda ukuthi phela ngikhumbuze ukuthi ke uma mhlambe ke uphendula ke noma ke uthanda ukubeka ke ofuna ukusho ke ngicela ukuthi ke uphendulele kufakazi lobo obekele khona ungakhombi umuntu ukhulume ngobufakazi lobo obekwe phambi kwakho uphendulele phezu kofakazi lobo obekele khona phambi kwakho.
Mina phambi kwekhoti ngifundiswe ungibuza izinto ekaNtuli uNtuli angimazi.
You are the one who taught me all this. You are asking me about Ntuli and I don't even know Ntuli.
Ungibuza izinto ekamaphisa umaphisa mina angimazi.
You are asking me about Mapisa, things that relate to Mapisa, and Mapisa is unknown to me.
Ungibuza izinto ekamNcube mina angimazi. Ngiqala ukumbona kulamacala bonke.
Yes.
You are also asking me about things relating to Ncube, who is also unknown to me. The first time that I saw him or her was here in court.
Yes. When you comment on the evidence that is before court.
Oh my God, uphendule nje phela kulo fakazi lobu obubekele khona la enkantolo.
Nami ke ngiyacela phambi kwekhoti before ikhoti iguqu ungangibuzi ngezinto zomNcube noma Phisa. Ungangibuza into zamngane ami uGwabini.
Before we adjourn, I also have a request to you. Don't ask me about things that relates to Mapisa and other people. You can also ask me about things that relates to Gwabeni since he is my friend.
As a court, please, my lord, is it appropriate time to take the short agenda?
Yeah, fine.
So, just to recap, Baloyi came in to expose contradictions and somehow left being corrected on what to ask. Impressive, truly, because that wasn't just resistance. That was a complete role reversal. Live in court. Now I want to hear from you. Did Baloyi lose control? Or was this part of the strategy? And should a witness ever be this bold in court? Drop your view in the comments. And if you're following this case seriously, not headlines, not noise, but the actual courtroom moments, subscribe, because we're breaking this down step by step as it happens. I just want to take a moment to say thank you. Every view, every like, every comment, it doesn't go unnoticed. You're not just watching, you're part of this movement. We're building something real here, a space where we question, we analyze, and we refuse to be misled. And honestly, this channel is growing because of you. So if you've been watching and supporting, I appreciate you. And if you're new here, this is just the beginning. Stay locked in, because what's coming next, it's even bigger. I'm Skybridge. Goodbye.